19, I left my job that I was working at for 17 years with the state of New Jersey, and I was planning on moving down towards my mother's in South Florida. I was going to move down to be near her. And I'll tell you what, like February 2020, that was my birthday. I was down with my mother. She took me back to the airport, and I said, "I'll see you soon, love you." And then pandemic hit, and then I got through that. I was sitting at home, and here I am. I'm just sitting at home, thinking I'm doing the right thing. Well, not completely, but I was sitting at home, but I was doing a lot of drinking and getting pretty bad off. But anyway, there's another place for that. It's my AA meeting tomorrow, but I'll talk about today. So back then, I remember January 2021. I was like, wow, I didn't get COVID. I'm doing great. And it's just when you take yourself off the mic, then I echo again. It seems, I don't know.
Okay.
So when you're on mute, I'm not echoing. I don't know. Is that? Yeah. I just noticed that. So what happened was then January 2021, I was like, wow, I didn't get COVID. I'm going to go back to work and get myself. That little voice said, go get a physical, go get ready, go check yourself out. So all of a sudden, with some blood work and some random tests, I just, I was feeling good. And so it turns out after a few months of testing, it turns out, surprise, you didn't get COVID, you got cancer, and it's like, I didn't even know this shit was inside of me growing. Stage 4 non-Hodgkin's lymphoma cancer called mantle cell lymphoma.
Yeah.
And my phone diagnosed me on a Friday night. LabCorp app told me exactly what my diagnosis was in May. That was. I looked it up and it said men in their 60s get diagnosed with this and live 5 to 7 years. And next thing you know, that put me in a super depression. All I could picture was my mother was going to be burying me. That's where I was at in my head. But you know what? I've been I'll never say that I'm grateful to have a cancer diagnosis, but there's been a lot of silver linings in my life. Meeting some wonderful folks like yourselves, people all over. And I'm grateful to be here. That's it for me.
No, Brian, tell us, so your advocacy, tell us a little bit more of what you're working and about your first experience at Healthy Voices.
Okay. All right, Jesus. I don't want you to get mad at me.
No.
Smacking me around.
No, come on, baby.
So, I just, I started advocating for others, and it's like, those are some of those silver linings that I'm able to, maybe something I do or something I say can touch someone else's life. And I've pretty much dedicated my life to working with those whose lives have been affected by one form of cancer or another. But when it comes to like blood cancer, in particular mantle cell lymphoma, it's a real soft spot and close to my heart. So I've put a lot of stuff on social media and just connected with many folks. And I'm glad it caught some people's attention, because then last year I was asked to come to Healthy Voices, and I didn't know what to expect there. So I just, I brought, since I live about 40 minutes from Princeton, that's where it was, I pretty much put all kinds of clothes in the back of my SUV and just what kind of, do I have to wear a suit? Do I have to, they didn't give me. So I went to that dinner. They had a cancer camp the first night. They'll have it Thursday night. I know Danny and Mike will be there. They had the dinner there, so I was wearing a little, and then I'm like realizing this didn't have to be. I wasn't wearing the suit, but I was just like, this don't have to be like formal. I could put on the shiny sequins that I like to wear, because I lived in a world of darkness for so long. So that's why I don't want to live that way anymore. So I went to Healthy Voices not knowing what to expect, and I came home with family from all over, and I look forward to meeting you guys this year and building onto that family. So I I hope we'll do this later, or we'll, this weekend we'll get a chance to really do some content together. So
Yeah, thank you,
Yeah.
Brian. Thank you
Thank
for
you,
reaching
Brian.
out. I mean,
Yeah,
you're
we know you
absolute.
had to go also. So whenever, as long as you want to stay, and I want to now give the space precisely to the newbies. Uh, and if you don't mind me, just I've been talking to Danny, so let me give the space to Mike first because I don't know
Yes, Mike.
anything yet much about you. So Mike, whatever you want to tell us about your own health or advocacy, and I guess your expectancy of this conference.
I moved down on my porch because I have 3 kids and they were being kind of loud inside. An airplane just flew overhead. So I missed your intro, but you were smiling a lot, so I feel like we're in a good place. My name's Mike. I've actually known Danny online for quite a while. We've never met face to face, so we're excited about meeting each other in a couple days in Princeton. But I'm a bladder cancer survivor, non-muscle invasive bladder cancer. And I was diagnosed at the age of 46, which according to my doctors blew their mind because most people with bladder cancer are much older than me. I was very worried and upset in some dark places like Brian just described. And so I went looking for resources online. I wanted to see people who were going through bladder cancer treatment, and how they were reacting and what their experiences were. And I had a hard time finding people that were online. And actually, I actually found Danny as one of the first people that I found talking about bladder cancer online and on TikTok. And so as I began my treatment, I went through a little spiritual journey, and I told God, I said, please, if you can get me through this, I will use myself as a vessel for you to help others. And so the night of my first BCG treatment, which was the cancer therapy that I was going through, I turned on my phone and started talking into the camera about my bladder cancer experience. And I've been blown away ever since at the connections that I've made online. I don't feel like I have a huge following. Someone once called me an influencer, and I said I'm not an influencer, but I do have people that are very, very loyal and live and breathe by my posts. People that are as far away as Australia and Canada have responded, and I'm so heartened to know that what I'm able to say and what I'm able to share is helping others. I do a lot of my advocacy on TikTok, and I had one actually survey company say, "Why are you on TikTok? Because bladder cancer patients aren't on TikTok. They're older than your parents." But what I do find is that I found a lot of caregivers who are my age, who are caring for their parents, who follow my videos and show the videos to their parents and ask questions and advice. And it's been a beautiful thing. It's really heartened me going through my treatment and going through my journey, and all the maintenance treatments that I go through, to see the reaction, to see people that are thankful and expressing their thanks for what I'm doing. It motivates me to keep fighting and keep doing what I'm doing. And so this whole experience, this Healthy Voices is just a really exciting opportunity. My wife has also been an advocate as a caregiver and speaking from the caregiver's perspective. And so Johnson & Johnson invited both of us to attend. And so we're going to be there together. And we're looking forward to a great weekend. I can't wait to meet so many other people. And I mean, throughout the entire journey, I've really been isolated. I've not actually spoken face to face to another person going through bladder cancer treatment. And now to get to meet all of these folks that are going through all different kinds of health, fighting other diseases and health scares. It's going to be incredible just to meet. And I can't imagine the synergy we're going to experience.
Mike, how did you find out about Healthy Voices?
So I've worked with Marissa Rial. Actually, she messaged me on TikTok, and I got the message, and I do get a lot of messages, and I respond to people that have specific questions. And it was just like a hi, how you doing? And then she messaged my wife and says, hey, I'm trying to reach your husband. And my wife was like, so I went on LinkedIn, and she's legit. So Marissa reached out to us and actually set up some opportunities for interviews. And we've done some work with Johnson and Johnson now,
Yeah.
Advocating for bladder cancer. Johnson and Johnson is very involved in some products around bladder cancer that they're rolling out, and so they've involved Danny and I in a lot of the work that they're doing, and it's been really exciting. Like, I never dreamed when I started talking on TikTok that it would really go anywhere. I thought maybe like my cousins would see it and that would be the end of it, but it's really grabbed legs, and I'm so excited to be able to do the work and continue to do the work.
Danny, you want to take over?
Oh man, I just, everything he said, and Mike's so humble, but I just want to go on and say that he is an amazing content creator. And when the whole story about that was with Marissa, me and him have Marissa in common, and she's been my driving force, and she's just a beast, man. She's a fabulous professional, and if you don't know her, then you're going to know her when we get there. She's just great. I've talked to her at least every week, So this thing that, this Alexo that Mike is referring to, it's the pretzel, that new bladder cancer treatment. We just kind of fell into the right spot. Before, we couldn't talk about it because it was before FDA release, and now we're promoting the actual thing. We're allowed to kind of release it. But I got the same thing. I started following Mike and just watching his videos just because I thought I was going to die, just like what Brian was saying. Just I went to a dark place, and this cancer, and I thought I had lung cancer, and it was just terrible for almost a year. And then I just got inspiration from Mike. He'd tell me about BCG, and he'd go, what the hell is that? And just all of our journey. I'm preaching the choir here. But Marissa got with me I commented on one of his things, just some advice we give each other. Me and Mike had started to talk, and Marissa said, give me a call. When I called her, she said, oh my God, I can't believe you called. And, because it's hard for them to field calls from people. And I just, like everything like Mike said, I got this inspiration. I wanted to help people. Me and him are about at the same spot. We're both going through BCG. We've got NMIBC. It's a little bit different, but when you talk about bladder cancer influencer, like I said, he's really humble. Yeah, he's an influencer, and we have been going through this together as influencers. We touch a lot of people, and we're building. Because he's so young, I'm 50, and he's got the young thing going, and our average age is 73 for our demographic. So hey, man, we can speak from a energy, hey guys, let's do it. And if it wasn't for Mike, I would probably not be sitting here. So thank you, Mike. I can't wait to meet you, and we're gonna have some fun, brother. It's gonna be great. And Jesus, everybody, I love everybody.
No. In case you hear the echo, just to let you guys know, I'm also videoing right here, and it will have no echo, and I will have all the conversation in a more normal way. For me, guys, I'm incredibly excited. I already know Brian. Brian, his outfits, I was telling my mom, almost his clothing is almost like with lights and phosphorescent, and you will not miss Brian right there. What we have to remind everyone that will hear this is that Healthy Voices is very special because it's for all kinds of health issues, physical or mental. And what you guys, those new people, will see in any time that you need help, either Brian, myself, or anybody else will be there to be there for you. But you will find that people with schizophrenia or bipolar and the caregivers that you were mentioning. In my case, I will be, and I'm very honored that I will be celebrating with what I consider my family. It will be my 40th anniversary with HIV. And I always keep telling people it seems so easy to say 40 when I was precisely 25 years old when it happened. I'm also 15 years cancer survivor, and I live with chronic pain, as many of us do. And my most important thing for me is how precisely with all our differences, we simply connect with other people. And for real, like Mike was saying, Johnson and Johnson really. I'm sorry, I was forgetting something very important that you as newbies also have to always remember every time that we do a Zoom or something that is not official, we have to mention, yes, guys, this is unofficial. It's not sponsored by Johnson and Johnson or Healthy Voices. It's something just that I am one of the people that been trying to do this outside of Healthy Voices to keep that bridge of communication and things happening. This is going to be recorded and shared with other people. But I don't know if you guys, as new people, have any particular questions for Brian or myself that we've been there already. Otherwise, also, of course, Healthy Voices already sent you some reminders that I wanted to pass. But I want to hear if either you, Mike, or Danny have any particular questions or curiosity or anything like about open mic, like you were mentioning. By the way, I'm glad to meet you, Mike. Danny is already like an old friend. Already, like we've been chatting. So, anything that you are thinking about, or
It looks like a really packed agenda and a busy weekend. So I'm excited. It does sound like it's a come as you are event and relaxed. I am going to participate in open mic too. So,
yeah.
in fact, I've got to go practice tonight when I get off this call. But I mean, they keep sending me new things and dinner invites, and there was an invite from the insiders to a cocktail party, and I mean, this is. I work in education. We don't get treated like this, so this is a real treat for us.
That's great, man. Where do you live, Mike?
I live in St. Petersburg, Florida, which is
I
near
know
Tampa.
St. Petersburg. Yeah. I know the Al Lang Stadium down there. Man.
Yeah.
Is it still
That's a
named
beautiful
after
stadium.
Al Lang, or has it got a new name or what?
So it is still Al Lang, but they've converted it into a soccer stadium for the Rowdies soccer team. They when the Rays baseball team took over a few blocks away at the Dome, it was hard to draw baseball fans to the minor league park. Although it's a beautiful park on the water. I mean,
I remember going there in the '80s when the Mets and
the Mets and the
Cardinals.
Yes, spring training.
Yeah.
I poured coffee for Ozzie Smith at the diner that I worked at in high school. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah.
My mother's on the she's on the East Coast there by like West Palm Beach, so.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
What about you, Danny? Did you have anything after all this chatting that we've been having a little bit? It seems like an open mic is a big item. All what I can tell you, Mike, and I told Danny about this, the first time that I saw the open mic people, I was like, WTF. These people have all these health issues. They're helping other people. And on top of that, they are amazing comedians, singers, dancers. It's like, how can these people do it? So what's in your mind, Danny?
When you mentioned that, I will say, Mike, I saw you on that roster for the open mic, and I was like, cool, because when I went to the Gathering of Wolves from Man Up to Cancer, Daniel Garza, a stand-up comedian, said, make sure that you do the open mic from a career aspect. And I know you like the full-time future of this, maybe advocacy thing, so you made a real cool move. I can't wait to see what you got in store. And I've been telling everybody I ship my guitar, so you can imagine what I got going on. But dude, we're gonna when I have done a couple. I've done a couple stand-up, no music, but the public speaking thing for J&J in Houston and Dallas. So I kind of know what to expect. We're gonna have so much fun, man. It is just, and like I said, a booked schedule. I've booked every slot I can. I don't plan on sleeping too much. So if you guys need anything, please come to me and we'll make it happen. Because I actually know several people like at J&J through this whole year that I've been building this, aside from Marissa. So they've just been great, amazing people, and we should do very well and just have fun. That's all I want to do.
One of my recommendations, guys, also for anyone else that I will be listening to, is the InterHealth collaborations. Many times we stay in our bubble of like cancer survivors or pain or something, but I've been lucky and amazed and and thankful to be working with people that have lupus or mental health and bipolar. I was telling Danny about this friend of mine that her voice is respiratory something. I still can remember the whole thing, but I want to then take a moment to remind people about something that, as you say, they send us. But I think it's important to pass in this video. Before you head out, don't forget to pack a Ripple exchange. And hold on 1 second. Somebody's trying to reach somewhere. Sorry about that. A small trinket or token, it is not really a necessary thing that we have to bring something. But if there is any little thing that sometimes it is, I don't know, part of your life or something. By the way, a reminder, the logo of Healthy Voices, it used to be more like a tree of life made of social media items. And it's something that somehow stay in my brain and in my heart. And that was something that I shared before. But you guys don't have to. And especially because we're about 150 people, it's just if you guys want to share something from your life. An art gallery piece is something that many times we do. It's about a piece of artwork precisely that demonstrates part of your story. Remember to bring, and this is so important for everyone, your medicines. It happened to me that one time I forgot my painkillers, and honestly, and that is the reason that I call her Mama Becky, this beautiful angel from Johnson and Johnson, she took care of me at every step. But remember to bring your medicines. Otherwise, just follow try to put the app on your cell phone. In that way, you can stay in better touch with our groups and everything. But otherwise, I'm so ready to go. Mike, what you gonna do for open mic? I'm just curious.
So actually, I got a text from Marissa, so I got to cut out for another call.
Okay,
but,
cool.
I'll be dancing. One of the things I do on my TikTok page is I dance. So yeah, it's going to be a little compilation of some of the other TikTok videos I've done.
So yeah, whenever you need to leave me, at least we wanted to do this especially for the new people and for the oldies as well. But I don't know if there's anything else once again that it comes to your brain. But for me, I think that's just have fun, enjoy it, have the Kleenex ready also because it gets emotional, it's logical, somehow Danny said that he stays around, but keep the Kleenex ready just in case. Otherwise, I think for me, it has become a family because for some people it's part of the journey and you keep going to somewhere else. But there's nothing in comparison that it doesn't focus in your health issue. It focuses on you. And that's my belief and that's my opinion that I really feel, hopefully, the way that I feel is they help you to feel better in order that you can help in a better way other people. That is the way that I feel it. And maybe that is my translation of what a Healthy Voices is. But why don't we end up this? Because you're going to have to go anyway with a message not only for the newbies, but maybe just to any other person that is going through what you guys are going through. I think that I'm going to post it as much as I can in many different ways. And it's a wonderful way, once again, for people to know, to understand, besides the letters or even the name. So, not want to say last message, and for this Zoom, one ending message for Healthy Voices. Mike?
On my page, I think that the running theme is two things. It's to have hope, no matter where you are in your journey with your health battle, and number two is to find the joy in your life, to find whatever it is that brings you joy. That was one of the things when I was diagnosed. I took a stock of my life, and I think many cancer patients particularly do this, and thought, you know what, if this is the last few months or years, these are things I don't want to do anymore. They don't bring me joy. So I'm going to cut these things out of my life, and I'm going to focus on the things that bring joy. And so that's really the whole mission of my advocacy online.
Danny, you wanna give like a last little something now that we they left us in this room? What would you
Yeah.
like just to give us a message for this community that you already know some people, but you're still gonna know a lot of more many people, mijo. Or what do you want people to know about you? You know, that's a good way to start.
And the percentage that I have, I'm getting that echo. Can we get a mute?
I'm
Are you
mute. Yeah, got you.
okay? Okay, now we're good. I don't know why it does that. It's
That's
just
okay,
only when you're
baby.
okay. Well, I even with the people that I know, it's just a small percentage. And when I got cancer, not like Mike, it was just I want to spread this to the world. I got this just burning thing inside of me that I always kind of said it was just that I didn't want anybody to be lost like I was, but I just really had to attach something to it. It's a much grander vision, a much grander it's a life purpose. So when it comes to this very small part of it, Healthy Voices become a very big part of it. It's like all that energy is gathering in Princeton, and it's going to be this huge explosion when we're gone. Just another good learning experience. I've learned so much from you already. I cannot wait. This music thing, the music venture that we've been talking about is just amazing. I want to keep that going, just on and on and on past all this, the friendships, the networking, to be a different person than I used to be, alcoholism, obesity, sickness. As I sit here now, I'm a changed man. I thank Johnson & Johnson for that. If Marissa herself hadn't have found me, I might have just been doing all this in silence. I'm glad that I was given a voice. And here I have 2 days, man. I'm just so excited, man. And I'm happy you reach out to me, Jesus. I thank you and Brian, for I feel like just learning from you guys is just so invaluable to my journey. So just thank you from the bottom of my heart, brother.
And don't worry about the echo, mijo. It will not be again in the recording.
Okay.
I'm already very thankful, mijo, and I know that we have a connection and we'll keep it going. So I think for now we will leave it here. But we talk anytime, and anything that I can do for you as well, just let me know. And that's it for now. I'm ready for the trip. I'm so excited. I was having some troubles with my medications, and I still have them. And that is life sometimes. You go to the pharmacy and they don't have a couple of my medications ready, so I'm gonna have to deal with it. But that is life, mijo. But thank you already from here, San Francisco. Say hello to your wife, because I had
Hey,
met.
Stephanie, are you over? Oh, she's not in here. I'm
Okay,
sorry,
amigo.
she's
No,
outside.
no, that's fine. But I had met by now even the families of many of the people going there. Can I tell you a past anecdote? I know that you're hearing that echo, but one time I connected really great with this gentleman, and he took his daughter with him. And I connected with his daughter as well, and she was calling me uncle, and she had her own issues. And then I got home, and I received a message from his wife. And I was like, oh my God. I don't know, you start thinking something happened. She thought that maybe I did something. I don't know, my brain was like, and it was the sweetest message. And she told me, just thank you so much for taking care of my family. And I always wanted to have an extra brother, and now I've been closer to her, even that her husband. But things happen in some magical way, mijo. And I let you be, rest, and I still not sure if I will take my guitar or what am I doing, but we'll talk later, okay? Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Wait, one more mute so I can call you, or I can say some stuff.
Healthy voices.
Hold on. Give me a mute.
Have a good evening.
Okay, there we
Ciao,
go.
ciao.
Yes, don't worry. I know I've been hearing this. You're a musician and you're a composer and you know what upstaging is, and I understand that, but I don't feel like you're going to upstage me. When you first came out and you said you wanted to collab, you were like, "You got your open mic, Dan. I'm not worried about that."
Yes,
I feel the same. Yeah, I got a brother in you. My wife, I cannot wait for her to meet you. Your energy, it's so nice. After 2 years of working on my advocacy brand, Danny Garrick, bladder cancer advocacy, whatever I am extraordinaire, to connect with somebody that's got the same vision that I have is absolutely recharging, amazing. And I need to get to your butt and give you a hug, man, because I don't like this video. I'm coming. In 48 hours, I'm gonna see you. So
Yeah.
thank you, Jesus.
I'll see you soon, mijo. And otherwise, Latinos, we always say mi casa es tu casa, but we mean it. You have a home in San Francisco, okay? You notice the sign in the back that says Healthy Voices? I stole it. They know that. Love you. Have a nice evening, and I'll send you the video once I'm doing it here because of the sound right here. In this one, there will be no echo or nothing. Have a nice evening. We talk later on, okay, mijo? All right. Night, night.
Yeah, thank you, brother. Good night.
Record.